Hello, 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 my friends. How are you today? I hope you're having a good day. I hope that things are well in your world. I can see that the video's a little bit choppy, and hopefully things look okay on your end. So, if you're not familiar with me, I'm Anita Kaiser from Anita Kaiser Wellness. I'm a coach for empaths. I help empaths create stronger boundaries and connect in on a deeper level to their emotions. Some of the tools I like to use in my practice include tapping, emotional freedom technique, as well as yoga and deep breathing, some energy psychology, and of course, the crown of it all is that I do this through a trauma informed approach and with my priestessing in the forefront. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about empaths and our boundaries and how they so easily become blurred, right? And I feel very strongly that all of us empaths are here on this planet for a reason. And I don't know how familiar you are with the term and how much research you've done, but I can see now there is a lot more information available about being an empath, right? Many, many more people are feeling that. And some of the ways that I would use to describe being an empath is having really big emotions about all kinds of things and my own personal struggle with that. And I think many of us have had this struggle. When you have these really big emotions, we live in a society where emotions, nobody wants your emotions. And for me, this is true both on both ends of the spectrum. It has been very clear to me, when I'm too happy, when I'm too, excited, that makes people nervous too, right? You'd think that that would be an easier one to take, but it's that intensity of emotion that, our planet right now has just not been we've just not been open to that. And so much of the teaching that has come through from our parents and from their parents, shh, children, quiet, not too much action, not too much emotion. And it's this really repressed society, right? So, as I was saying, those big emotions, both on the really joyous side and on the like sad or angry. I know that I got the message really early that, whoa, don't be angry, don't be sad. There's nothing to be sad about, right? And it makes us uncomfortable. And even for those of us who have those big emotions, it can be challenging to hold space for others during that time, like when they're experiencing those big emotions. So, of course, what happens for most empaths, because we have these big emotions, and the message is always, in most cases, hey, your emotions are too much. And so there comes this problem with reconciling this piece of us that is having these big emotions and fitting in to society, right? So, that's one thing that very often happens to empaths. And then we start to struggle internally with what we know is true of our essence and what we're being told is acceptable. So the other thing that happens is this blurred boundary concept, right? Because for us empaths, we come in as babies and we start to shift the energy around us. right? When people are unhappy, when people are, feeling distressed, we take that on without any awareness, right? And we are able to transmute that in most cases, right? We are able to shift that energy. And so that's great. It's a wonderful thing. But what happens then is the more we do that, the more we do that, the more we do that, not only do the people around us start to expect that, and it's not a conscious thing, right? Nobody's necessarily aware. First off, we're not generally aware that we're doing it. And then we're definitely, the people around us are not always aware that we're doing it. And so, like, they're not asking for this on purpose, right? This is just the way it goes as an empath. But what happens is our boundaries get so blurred, right? Because we're transmuting, we're constantly feeling the energy, noticing what's going on this subconscious energetic level, and fixing whatever we can, right? And so, when you're in a family of origin situation, your family that you grew up in, and you're constantly doing this to decipher where you end and the other person starts is really hard because it's all just energy for us, right? It's all just energy, even if you're not schooled or learned in that energetic language, right? That's what our language is as empaths. It is the language of energy, right? You walk into a room, something's wrong, when there's just something off, right? And it's not, there's no like reason they didn't do something. They're not wearing a sign, they're not wearing, perfume that says, hey, I'm a bad guy, or something like that. It's this feeling. We get these feelings, right? We know these things. And we understand emotions on such a deep level because we can feel them, right? So, in light of all that, this is why I've created this course, which I'm so excited about. And I really hope that the video is playing properly because I can just see that either my internet or Facebook, I don't know, not quite right this morning. So anyways, I've created this group course that I will be starting in September. And this course is a culmination of all my learnings so far. And so what we're going to be doing, it's an 8-week group coaching course for empaths, an 8-week group coach. You can tell I'm just so excited I can't even get my words out. 8-week group coaching course for empaths. And we are going to be focused on the lower 4 chakras up to the heart. So we're going to be working with the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the heart energy. And so these lower 3 chakras are the more earthy chakras, right? And so the course is going to include learning. Of course, I'm going to be sharing information for you to understand the chakras, to understand where they are, to understand the energetics of them, to understand sort of the issues that come out of those chakras. And then there will be tapping specifically on those issues and yoga for each chakra. So it'll be a half-hour yoga class for each chakra. And so this is an 8-week course. It'll take roughly about an hour and a bit each week, and then plus the half-hour yoga, which you will be able to do either with me once and then you'll have access to it if you want to do it a few times. And it'll be this will all be held in a Facebook group. So I'll be doing the weekly trainings live on Zoom. And then I'll be sharing the recordings on Facebook for the people who are in the program. So right now, this is, my first time running this course, and I'm running an early bird pricing special. So it's $397 Canadian. So for Australians, that's a really reasonable price, right? Because the Canadian dollar and the Australian dollar is very similar. And for US and those in Europe, you get what feels like a really big discount because the Canadian dollar is way under the US dollar and also under the euro. That's what it is. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I'm going to be adding the link if you're interested in finding out more about the program. If you have questions, if there's something coming up for you where you're like, that sounds interesting, but I wonder if it's for me, and I wonder how this will work, please share the comments, share the questions. I'd love to speak to you about this. And that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Much love. Bye-bye.